Gomez and Company.
What he needs is church and lots of it.
On TK99 and TK105, Syracuse's classic rock.
7:41 here as we welcome in Joe Convertino Jr. from CH Insurance for our Cup of Joe this week. Joe, good morning. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Gomez and Lisa. A little earlier this week, Gomez. You got me up early.
I did. Well, it's a busy week for us here on the show, and obviously with Labor Day weekend, we've got SU football starting up this weekend, and I know you're excited about that.
Oh, yeah. It's great to have the tailgates back on, in the orange running out in that JMA wireless dome. What's your prediction, guys? Lisa, let's start with you. What's your prediction for the Cuse football team this year? Record, and then do they make a bowl?
I think Dino is poised to pull something off. I think they're going to go to a bowl game. I think he's been working really hard. Why not?
All right. Gomez, what's your prediction? I haven't heard it yet.
I'm thinking legit 7 wins in back-to-back bowls for the first time in over a decade for the team. So I'm feeling that. And obviously the first 4 games, you got to win them, but there's always, I know they go out to Purdue, but Purdue's got a new quarterback, a new coach, I think.
Yeah,
so
it's still the Big Ten, though.
It's still the Big Ten, so that's
tough.
when you got to worry about. But having said that, I think after all said and done, I'm looking at 7-5 in a military bowl or one of those kind of bowls.
Yeah, hopefully it's not the Pinstripe Bowl. We need to go where it's warm, and then, of course, TK pays all expenses for the Cup of Joe show if we go to Arizona.
That's right.
You keep pushing
nice
that.
warm weather bowl.
Tell the boss. Tell the boss about
guys,
that.
Before I get to your questions, I was teetering with, the week. What's going on this week? I got bullets here. SU football, the Blue Moon this week, which I don't know and understand that. Ryder Cup USA, right? We got our picks are set.
That's true.
The Hurricane in Florida, New York, the State Fair with concerts in the amphitheater, and then insurance issues. What a great week.
Well, let's see here. It's late August, Joe, and I know at least one of your daughters is in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area, and this is about usually the time that stuff's going on.
Unbelievable. We were talking off the air, I think it was a year ago, maybe a little close, that both of them lived together, St. Pete and Tampa. And one works for us, and then Lisa, one's an esthetician. So when she comes home this Christmas time, they come home, I give all the office facials. I may have you invited over, and we're going to give you a facial.
All right.
Look at that.
Okay?
Yeah,
You'll
your
have to
daughter
remind
is.
me.
Your daughter is. Your daughter is, not you.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
You don't get not me.
Just want
But
to be
anyway,
clear.
guys, like everything, they ended up evacuating because it looked like it was going, but it's obviously 100 miles. And it's, so sad, and we wish everybody safe down there. And but they're good. They're down at our place below Fort Myers in our condo, and it's just going to be another tough season down there with the water and flooding, and similar to what we saw up here, but not to that extreme.
How busy was it for you, Joe, a couple of weeks ago when we had that big, 8-9 inches of rain in Lysander and Clay and Baldwinsville and Cicero? And I know, because that's a big question that people would have about flood insurance. Like, do I get it? Should I have it? But also, and I heard this, maybe you could clear this up, Joe. Like, say, and I'll just use as the example, say I had flood insurance at my house, and then we had one of those storms, and then my basement just flooded right up to the ceiling, but neither one of my neighbors flooded. Does that count? I mean, I heard different things about that.
Yeah, well, if you had flood insurance, then you would be covered for that. It doesn't have to come in from the neighbors. Remember, I said before on one of the shows that the drains are backing up. Not just back up, the systems can't handle it within the county or municipality, and the insurance companies are deeming that a flooding event when you have excess rain that much in an hour or hour and a half is deemed a flood. But it can also be deemed, backup, So people that don't have flood, you got to work with your agent to really make sure you press that it's back up the sewer and drains or, things of that nature to help. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not in a flood zone and you are like, well, this never floods, we're nowhere near water, it should be fine, and then you get a flood or rain comes in and just, your sub pump doesn't work, whatever. I mean, am I covered? Or, you're not going to get flood insurance if you're not in a flood zone. What do you do then?
Correct. Well, that's why you got to look and make sure you have, water backup, right? Most policies give you 25,000, some give you 10, some give you 5. It's one of those little endorsements. Most give you 5, but we're always asking the consumers, your basement finished? Do you have a sump pump, right? Because basements today are like, they're like Taj Mahal, some of the basements that people have out there, right? And, Gomez, you probably have the man's cave, the SU sports bar downstairs, right? You got all the memorabilia, and if something happens, and then, Lisa, we talk about with sump pumps, there's actually sump pump coverage. So agents should be talking to you, to the consumers about if you have a sump pump and that breaks down, there's actually sump pump coverage. It's like a $10 endorsement.
Huh.
Gotcha.
It's interesting. It just keeps us moving and shaking, Gomez. I guess that's why the way we're all cut at CH Insurance, nothing's easy. Nothing's easy. The last piece I want to talk about that you guys have read about and talked about, in all the years I've been doing this, and even my father, we've never seen so much, vandalism around town, the break-ins in restaurants, grabbing food and booze, cars, people breaking windows, in car dealerships. And I have some clients, you probably read about Burdick, but there's others locally. They're banging the glass, getting keys, pressing the button to see which one starts, and they're taking joyrides. They're not stealing the cars, but they're just being goofy about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And vandalism is another insurable thing that, you got to make sure you have on your policy because that's a covered item. But it's just awful what we're seeing around the county. And I know, the media's been catching up on it more and more, but that's just been a big thing the last month, and it's very sad.
Joe, if someone breaks into my garage and steals my car and trashes it, which insurance policy do I use? Do I use my homeowner's theft, or do I use, you probably use your car insurance too. Can you use both?
No, well, the damage to the break-in, so the door, let's say the garage door, it's a, $2,000 garage door, and they damage all that, that's your property insurance. So that would take the deductible of $500 or $1,000. But the car that gets stolen, that's your comprehensive deductible. So let's just say your deductible's $1,000 on your car lease, and they go take a joyride and, damage it, the under part of it, and, has to be repainted, and it's $10,000. You would have another $1,000 deductible on your car.
Gotcha.
Even though it's one occurrence, it's a property break-in, and they stole the car.
All right.
Gotcha. That's why you're there, Joe, at the CH Insurance, as you always say, in your corner. Okay, let me get it right there.
So all good. You guys having fun at the fair? When you going live at the fair this week?
I was there yesterday, and then some of the other guys are there later on this week. I don't have it right in front of me, but
right.
I don't know that we're not on during the morning show, Joe. That much I know.
Mm-hmm.
And then
because I gotta shoot those hoops, and I was mad last year when I didn't do well.
Well, yesterday, we have Bruce Springsteen tickets up for grabs if you make it out there and do the Papa Shot.
Joe, are you going to let Joe win those tickets?
If he gets, you got to score about 128 points, but if you get it,
good luck.
That's
good
true.
Luck.
In your corner, that is Joe Convertino from CH Insurance, our Cup of Joe. Joe, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it, guys. Happy Wednesday. Go Cuse.
Oh, and yeah.
TK99 and TK105. You're listening to Gomez and Company.